Hi guys, and welcome to my preview of the Japanese Grand Prix. So I've not been doing reviews and previews. I've had university start and it's been difficult to fit it all in, but I'm back with a preview for the Japanese Grand Prix this weekend. And I want to raise an issue about happiness this early this week. Now, obviously, with the title situation as it is at the minute, Hamilton is looking like he's going to get his sixth world title. That puts him on the level of sort of Schumacher, because Schumacher's the only other person who's done that. And someone who came out and took aim at both Schumacher and Villeneuve was one of Schumacher's former rivals, Jack Villeneuve, who won the World Championship in 1997. And I just want to raise a little bit of what he said. He said these two drivers only won when they had the best car. They've always had the best car in their entire career, and if you put Lewis in a Williams, you do not win. He builds the team. He always knows which team to go to, and there he builds the team around him. He might have not won if he was in the Ferrari. Now, what really takes issue with me is that, right, you can put him in a Williams, he does not win. That's because the Williams are the slowest car. It does not, right? It means no matter what happens, that car is going to be at the back of the grid, right? George Russell, you can see his talent because he's got it into Q2. So I've got no issues about the fact you put him in a Williams at the minute, you do not win. Now, I find these comments absurd and also hypocritical because Jack Villeneuve, right, came into the sport after Damon Hill left the sport. Damon Hill left Williams for Arrows in 1997 after he became world champion with Williams. Williams in 1997 had the fastest car. They had the fastest car in that season because they won the Constructors that season, right? So Jack Villeneuve won in the best car. So it's a bit hypocritical for you to then to go say, oh, well, Hamilton's winning all these titles because he's in the fastest Mercedes. Don't forget, it's also down to the driver to get the best out of it, right? No matter what Bottas is thrown at him, he's come out on top, right? His other rival in that Mercedes team was Rosberg, and he could only beat him the once, and that was, I say, by cheating. Austria 2016, for anyone who disagrees. Two, his first title. Now, Jack Villeneuve, ask yourself this question. Who won the Constructors in 2008? Who won the Constructors? So I can guarantee you weren't fucking Hamilton's team. McLaren did not win the Constructors title in 2008 when he won the title on the last lap. It was Ferrari. So Ferrari had the fastest car. Yet Hamilton won the driver's title. So that's bollocks. The next season, Hamilton, in his quotes at the Monaco Grand Prix in 2009, was in the worst car he's ever driven in his life. Yet, by the end of the season, with a car that was nowhere near Brawn or GP's level or Red Bull's level, managed to win 3 Grand Prix. 2013, Mercedes' car was not great. They were focusing on the new rules for 2014. He still won Grand Prix, though Vettel had the dominant car throughout the season, right? So dismissing Hamilton's talent as well as Schumacher's talent is bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. Schumacher took a Ferrari that was doing fuck all. It was doing fuck all when he took over. They were down in the dumps. He took that team, took it to a championship winning level by 97, and then eventually won the title in 2000, and then had those glorious dominant years of the fastest car. He built the team around him. Go watch the F1 TV documentary on Schumacher, and you would hear from Ross Brawn, John Todd, all of them themselves telling you he built that team around him. He got that team to the level it was, right, building it around him. Hamilton has done the same thing as Mercedes. look how that team performs for him. And actually, last year, Ferrari, throughout the midpoint of that season to about Japan, had the fastest car. Yet he astounded people by beating them in Monza when they shouldn't have done, beating them in Singapore with a qualifying that which was outrageous. They never saw that coming. Some of his performances, Germany in 2018, some of his performances last season were just outstanding, right? And I, I'm sorry, Villeneuve, you're hypocritical. You've got no right to have. You've got no right to diss Hamilton's fucking talent like that, right? Or Schumacher's. Just because you can only win one title against Schumacher, just because you could only win one title, right? And yet Hamilton can win more and build the team around him and get the success he's had, right? So that's all I've got to say on it. So, but yeah, back to the preview. Um, Obviously, Hamilton won the last Grand Prix. Gifted, it was a gift to Mercedes due to poor reliability by Ferrari as well as the squabbling over team radio. Um, Everything in terms of Ferrari is still okay. They're still like um, they're still working together. So whatever's happened, they've sorted it out. In terms of constructors' title, if all things went Mercedes' way, they would win the constructors' title in next round in Suzuka. I haven't gone through the complete map of it, but they have the potential of winning the constructors' title in Japan with 18, 19, 20, 21, with 4 races left afterwards. So that's just showed the level of dominance and how professional the team has been. Because Ferrari have let themselves down big time, big time. Decisions they've made, the performances on the car, just yeah. And Mercedes have just done a level of perfection at the start of that season, all the way through to about Belgium, that has just made them uncatchable. It's too late for Ferrari now. They are fighting for second with Red Bull, which led me on to my next point. So it is too late, and Bottas, though Ferrari have won the last three, have won the last Belgium, Monza, and Singapore, apart from obviously Russia. It is still meant Bottas is still second to Hamilton in a title, and the reason the gaps is still getting wider is because Hamilton's still finishing above Bottas, no matter what Bottas is doing. And actually, Ferrari beating Bottas and beating Hamilton is actually helping Hamilton extend the gap and give him even more chance within the next 2 or 3 races to win the title. There you go. So, in terms of the circuit, it's going to be difficult to tell. You obviously got Ferrari with their improved downforce package as well as their straight line speed. You've got Mercedes that have been dominant around this circuit. Red Bull with their chassis design by Adrian Newey, as well as their aerodynamics. They've always been dominant around this circuit. This has always been a real key circuit they've always targeted. And before the turbo hybrid era, they won it in 2010, 11, 12, and 13. And I believe they also won it in 2000. I think they won it in 2009 as well. So, yeah, 2009 as well. So they were dominant before the turbo hybrid era. And since then, it's been Mercedes. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to predict between the three. If I was going to predict, I would go Hamilton first, He's always been dominant around this circuit. And actually just dominant in Japan. I mean, remember it was when he first started, he was at Fuji. And 2007 in the pouring rain, dominated the Grand Prix. So he's always been good in Japan for some reason. Leclerc second, and then Verstappen third. That would be my top three. I split it evenly so everyone gets a spot. If I would go, I'd go Vettel fourth, Bottas fifth, and Albon sixth. So, but yeah, so that's my prediction. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Let me know about your what do you make of Villeneuve's comments? Do you agree or disagree? I've shared my view on them, and I think they're just, like I said, outrageous. So yeah, I'd love to know what you think. My question for the Japanese Grand Prix, which I'll give you a lot to answer. Yeah, my question is, who was declared his only F1 victory in the famous 1989 Japanese Grand Prix after Senna was disqualified from the race? Is it A. Nigel Mansell, B. Alain Prost, or C. Alessandro Nannini? So yeah, I'll leave that to you guys to work that one out. I'll let you know in the review what the answer will be. Yeah, so that's my preview of the Japanese Grand Prix. Like I said, leave a like. Like I said, leave a comment whether you agree with the predictions or disagree with anything. Love to know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, and take care.